if I want to be like somebody, at least for a couple hours a day, it's this dude.
If I could show you guys what your damn future would look like if you pull your head out of your, you would. Those that are willing to sacrifice are those that'll go to the next level. If there's no sacrifice, there's no next level. I will be so great at selling, closing, communicating, speaking, believing. I will be 20 steps ahead of you at all times, and I will take your fucking soul without ever telling you that I'm going to take your soul. In case somebody doesn't know who I am real quick, I'm going to sum this up in 30 seconds, so let's get on with it. Selling cars at 18, I was dead broke. By 25 years old, I hit my first $500,000 selling cars. Guys, my record for selling cars in the U.S. is $716,000. That was my highest year to date. I was always labeled the least likely not to make it. I'm going to talk about a little bit during this that people that come from nothing can end up with the most, all right? It's all about the fire in the belly and the drive, not being motivated, but being driven, right? You know, people that want to win. Look, losing's a habit, so is winning. Winning is a habit. But you have to do certain things every day, all the time, to create those winning habits. Stand out. Be different. Be unique. Make connections others can't. By the way, write this down. Fall in love with learning, and you will fucking annihilate everyone. Alcohol, drugs, negative people, toxic relationships, complaining, getting fat, sleeping too much, sleeping too little. These are things that will kill you. My company made 9 figures last year, net income, not gross, and then I take out all the net real money, and I will be a billionaire within 3 years, and I want to tell you something. My mom left when I was 2 years old, so I don't have her to look up to, right? I'm raised by kids. I got 5 brothers and sisters. My dad's always gone, so it's kids raising kids. That isn't bad. It was a fucking great life as a kid. We ran the streets. But dude, I was a loser. I stuttered. I wore the same 2 pair of clothes every day. I remember whenever it was time to go, my friends are like, let's go to the amusement park, or let's go fucking here, or let's go ride roller coasters with these chicks, or let's go to the lake. Guys, I didn't have no money, so that means I stole. So that means that, dude, I was literally the guy that was always trying to figure out how to cheat somebody to get into something, because I didn't fucking have no money. 18 years old, I graduated high school.
Hi, my name is Elliott.
And I didn't know what I was going to do, so I went and worked construction for 1 month. It was awful. Worked from early in the morning till late at night, and I didn't hardly get paid any money for it, which obviously making any kind of money was awesome. I never had money in my life. And my best friend, his older brother, had talked to me and said, why don't you come sell cars? And he said, there's car salesmen that make $5,000 a month. And when you're broke, you're thinking, well, I could never make that kind of money. If I did, I'd be rich. So I immediately went there, and he picked me up for work. I remember the first day of work, I opened the gate with him. We're the first ones there. He goes in to have a meeting, and he tells me to wait outside on the porch. Long story short, guy came in. I ended up helping this guy, not knowing what I was doing, and he ends up buying a car. And I thought, man, this is easy. I got lucky on my very first car deal. When the guy leaves, my manager pages me to the tower, and he goes, Andy, do you know how much money you just made? He goes, you just made $1,700. Now, when an 18-year-old kid that's been broke his whole life and he's never had more than 50 bucks in his hand at one time on the best day of his life makes $1,700 in 3 hours, my life changed forever. And I wasn't good, so remember, I'm not good at this point. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to talk. I stutter. I don't believe in myself, but I knew that this was my way out. So I went all in. I had no hobbies. I had no nothing other than working out and working. And by the time I was 20, I was a top guy in my store. I felt really proud of myself to, for the first time in my life, have a name. I was making, 6 figures a year, doing well. I felt amazing. I loved sales. Within time, I moved up into management. When I got into management, I learned how to lead other people. And I learned that the same way that I went through not knowing what I was doing, now I was teaching guys who didn't know what they were doing how to become great. And I fell in love with building sales teams. Everything that is bad in your life is good for you. You don't want to change that. You want to embrace it. That's what makes you dangerous.
If you guys are going to build a company or even want to be the best that you can be, you're going to have to reach for more. And this dude will make you change your mind?
100% of the world said in 2024 they were going to have a better year, they're going to make more money, they were going to become great. 1% is going to get it. From real estate to solar to pest control to alarms to I don't care what you do. If you speak, if you talk, if you influence, you persuade, you paint pictures, you tell stories, if you communicate for a living, which is what a closer is, which is a master communicator. Everything you want in life is on the other side of being uncomfortable. I don't feel like it never, he never became anything.